What a long-term solution to a problem wherein thousands upon thousands of fires are happening nowadays. If you restrict people to deal with candlelight and battery light, you're giving them an unnecessary expense. What we're trying to say is,
we have an abundance of sunlight.
We have abundance of sunlight. We have an abundance of people that want to do good. We have abundance of junk, you know, that's causing environmental degradation. Let's move it from problem into solution, and let's use all of this enthusiasm instead of just awareness, instead of you know, riling people up without solutions, and then just giving 2% to charity. Let's start looking for those long-term solutions. So the father can go with the son, go with the handyman, and ask around, would you need light? And I'm sure more than enough times there will be people that says, we have been waiting for this for years.
And in 2012, 1 million homes in the Philippines.
We won't do it. I mean, we're not saying my shelter, but what we're saying is, hopefully we can inspire
people to do that.
People to come forward.
And eventually, lighting the world.
And light the world.
Illac Diaz for president, I should say. Di ba? Hindi nga. Kasi a lot of, you know, traditional politicians don't think of innovative ways of helping out the Filipino people.
There are.
This is wonderful.
But what we're saying is, not enough has been done to pull people out of this kind of lack of public services.
And I'm just thinking out loud, pare. Pork barrel for a congressman, 80 million pesos. Imagine Earth and School, and this time, bottle lights. Isang Litrong Liwanag. If you'd be a party list representative, wow, imagine this. The Philippines is in good hands.
Yeah, I'm listening.
This, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts can have this as a project. The question is, how can they contact you? For example, they have lit up 100 homes, and they want you to usher in and open up the program for them.
Of course, Isang Litrong Liwanag.org, and then we will be doing myshelterfoundation.ph. What we would like for this Earth Day is, if you're inspired by this project of using simple metal sheets, plastic bottles, to turn plastic bottles into lighting for the poorest community, please send us your pictures, so that on Earth Day, we light up houses. We will, you know, when the rest of the world shuts off their light, we will be the first in the world to actually light up our houses, but this time with green lighting. So send your pictures to myshelterfoundation.ph2@gmail.com. We would like to see how your simple act of kindness can give light to families, houses, clinics. All it takes is simple ideas. But as I said, without you, we will not be able to light up 1 million homes by 2012.
Yeah. So this is a replicable technology. Thank you so much, Parang Illac. And 2012, 1 million homes. But then in 2013, it's the world.
Yeah, diba? I'm sure this is something that, you know, will cascade down. Will, you know, in actual communities, they're actually saving 40% of their lighting, and this is, you know, this is fact.
So they can buy rice and groceries.
Right. So you're actually giving, by putting in that light, you're actually giving that family not just light, but you're giving them a bag of groceries every month.
Imagine
to be able to spend their money on. So you're not just attaching a piece of tin and bottle. You're making sure for the rest of the years that they will have 1 caban of rice savings. So it's an incredible idea with a very simple 10-minute to 15-minute of your time.
It's amazing how your ingenuity can convert this problem, perennial problem, the PET bottles, into a solution. You have bottle schools, bottle bathrooms, and now bottle school lights. So what's next for Illac Diaz and My Shelter Foundation?
That's going to be for our next interview. No, but the main point is, we always say, it's not us, people trying to do a lot of stuff that will change the world, but it is people that believe in change, and that people that contribute the little that will add up to more than we can ever dream of. The cumulative of many is always better than the best efforts of the few.
That's right.
And the more that do not contribute, the more is left for change makers to actually solve. And at one point, it becomes too overwhelming. So we're trying to change the tide.
Pare, we have 5 minutes to end the show. And we always ask our guests, you know it naman, for their piece of advice. You know, the takeaway. So, what people are watching right now, from Mongolia down to Sabah, Indonesia, and we're in the internet na rin.
Yeah.
So, you stream that TV. So, people in Spain and Europe can watch us as well. So, from a global leader, proud Filipino, how can you inspire people to do earth-friendly means of saving the world?
Well, first of all, it's very important to say, after my words have lost, its vibration or sound, or has been said, what action needs to be taken, and on Earth Day, more and more people are clamoring, what is next? And as a Filipino, I'm very glad that the Philippines can maybe change not only San Pedro, but maybe change provinces here in the country, but hopefully we can also share these technologies to around the world. The Filipinos don't only import leaders or we actually or speakers, but we should have more Filipinos that can contribute to the world, not only accepting donations but more and more change the world, because we have the capacity to do so, and we've always done so. It's just about time that we take that position and contribute to the world, that to make a change. And it's not only like high tech, but also there are people that actually can do appropriate technologies and inventions that affect majority of the world that are actually poor. So Filipinos can change the world.
Wow. And it's not anymore the time for us to import leaders. It's time for us to export a Filipino leader. I understand you were in Guam last week, and you were there for?
I was speaking on behalf of the Filipino community, but some of the top legislators were there, and so they want to adopt some of the technologies that we have for the island.
See, we have turned the tides around, and that now we are exporting our own leader to the world.
But we always have. It's just really that it's we've never pushed it enough that Filipino leaders should be heard, and what they had to say was important. We always just wanted to buy wholesale our environmental ideas, our environmental projects. I mean, even just racing to plant millions and millions of trees. Is that all? And sometimes they're better.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Illac Diaz.
Support Filipino NGOs.
Oo, totoo yan, di ba? Filipino NGOs do better.
I think we should turn the tides, and instead of always like being so cool and so buy into foreign NGOs, which are doing their bit. What I'm saying is maybe we should start being proud of our own.
That's right. So it's nice to have you back, amigo Illac Diaz. Illac Diaz can be found on Facebook, Illac Diaz, Illac Diaz, and Illac Diaz for CNN here. 2011. I'm sure of that. And it would be nice if you'd be liking that site. And you know what? If you are, if we as a Filipino would like somebody to represent us as a nation, I'd say that there would be no person who would be best representing us but Illac Diaz. Proud to be Filipino. Salamat, pare. And with this, lighting up the world, and through lowly pet bottles, I believe that we as Filipinos can really turn the tides around. We'll be good leaders.
So instead of plant a million trees, plant a million bottles.
Plant a million bottles. O pare ko, sabi na, salib na ilibing pababa ang bote, ilibing pataas.
Ilibing mo sa bubong.
Ilibing sa bubong, ilibing sa pataas, and then we have bottle schools and bottle lights. Thank you so much, Illac Diaz. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
And you know what? The Philippines is proud of you. GNN is proud of you. And we'll always be there to support all of your advocacy.
Thank you.
Maraming salamat sa panonood. We will be back next week. This is Howell Mabalot from GNN, the business portal. Mabuhay ang Pilipino. Nice.